Hi, my name is Chris Vinueva. I'm a certified professional resume writer, and I'm here to tell you that you have 6 seconds to make a good first impression on someone. Which means that by the time I reach the end of this elevator ride, 6 seconds will have gone by, which is exactly the amount of time that a recruiter will look at your resume. So now I want to talk to you about why I'm making this video, and if you stay to the end of the video, I'm going to show you the same exact resume that got me certified as a writer. Guys, there are so many bad resume templates out there, so I wanted to empower you to choose the right one and also potentially design your own resume. The overall impression that you're going to make is incredibly important. And like I said, you have 6 seconds to make that impression. So you need to make sure that you have the overall clarity, conciseness, and appearance that you need for a solid resume. So that being said, here are 3 tips that you can use today to start improving your resume. Tip number 1, use formatting tools to your advantage. So we're talking bullet points, bold, italics, underline, borderline, small caps, large caps, color, alignment, and spacing. All these things are incredibly important and are going to enhance the level of your resume. I recommend including 3 to 5 really good formatting tools. Don't overkill it because you'll be just like a chef who oversalts his dish here. So I have my little dish, my yogurt.
Chris, what are you doing?
It's the only example I have, I'm sorry. Anyway, point being said, don't overdo it. The other thing to remember when you are using formatting tools is to make sure to emphasize the right thing. And so I'll get a lot of people who are, putting bold and italics on things like dates. For dates, I wouldn't necessarily try to emphasize, especially if you've had a lot of careers and you want to show that you're not a career hopper. So remember to look at your strengths when it comes to your resume and emphasize those things. For example, position title can be really important if you've had some really solid positions in the past. Tip number 2, consistency is key. So you have these amazing formatting tools, but if they're all over the place, it's just going to make the resume look very messy. So if you have your position title in bold and italics, once you need to make sure that it's in bold and italics throughout the entire resume. You want to make sure that your alignment is good, and you want to make sure that your spacing is consistent throughout the entire resume. A lot of these mistakes can add up and end up making your resume look overcrowded or just messy overall. So having a consistent resume is going to help you have a lot more visual appeal and just an all-around better resume. Tip number 3 is the impression test. So what I would recommend doing is taking your resume and giving it to somebody who doesn't know that much about your professional history. This can be a colleague, this can be, possibly a complete stranger. All you need to do is give your resume to them for about 6 seconds and ask them 2 questions. Number 1, how easy is my resume to read? And number 2, based on what you thought about the resume, what types of positions do you think I'm applying for? So the benefit with that second question is it gives you the chance to realize how good you're tailoring your message. So if you're applying to accounting types of positions, you're going to know how suited and how targeted the resume is for accounting type positions. So at the end of the day, this is going to help you out a lot. So now I'm going to give you my impression test. And this was the resume that I was talking about that I used to get my certification for a professional resume writer. So when you're looking at this next resume, judge it based on these 2 things. How easy is it to read? And what position do you think that my client is applying for? All right, here we go. All right, hopefully that was enough time. And if you guessed insurance claims, then you were spot on. And hopefully you should be saying, duh, of course insurance claims, if I did my job correctly. So you can also see that the overall design of the resume, the text box, the formatting tools, all those different things played a pretty key role into making it looking visually appealing. By the way, guys, this is what that same resume looked like, completely unformatted. So you can actually see what a big difference that formatting tools, the text box, and all those other things made on the overall look of the resume. That's it, guys. Hopefully you found this to be useful. Hit that subscribe button, and we also have this thing called a free resume critique or a career score, so you can submit your resume and we'll look over it with our 30-factor system and make sure you're in tip-top shape. We want to be your one-stop shop for job search success as well as success in the workplace, and that's what Let's Eat Grandma's about. All right, that's it. That's all I got, and I'm going to go eat my salted yogurt.
That's some really good yogurt.